Good morning. Happy hump day. So it appears in Executive Lens versus Rapkin that friend of the show, I say jokingly, Randall Newman, Randy, has apparently made crude or disparaging remarks about Rapkin. Now, Rapkin, for those of you who may not know, is an attorney from Canada. I think she's a Canadian attorney. I could be wrong on that. Is an attorney. I remember that. She is the one who responded to the strike that Executive Lens put on somebody's video. I forget the name of the auditor. She put her contact information, and so Randy filed the lawsuit against her and the unnamed John Doe, who is the actual channel holder. And he's been trying to get her to cough up the information on who the channel owner is. I haven't really been following it much. I've glanced at a few pleadings here and there. Maybe he got the information about who the channel holder was. I have had other things occupying my attention. But I noticed on my Discord that Big Jim Finch posted a order from the court, a text-only order, saying that essentially Randy had to explain not only what the crude comments were, but why they aren't sanctionable. Because you're required, well, at least in this particular district. Like California, the rules of professional conduct don't necessarily prevent you from saying crude or demeaning things about opposing counsel, like outside of court. There are guidelines for professional behavior that aren't like a rule for California, although a lot of courts, a lot of county courts in California have adopted them and require you to abide by them. Civility guidelines. But apparently, Northern District of California requires you to abide by certain civility guidelines. And Randy might be looking at sanctions. And as an attorney who makes YouTube videos, I don't understand why people would hire attorneys who do YouTube videos. Attorneys who do YouTube videos talk too much, generally speaking. They're too full of their own opinions, generally speaking. Hashtag not all. I'm including myself in it, but I don't want to include, every single attorney who makes a YouTube video, because maybe they're not all that way. I'm talking about what I've seen, the general rules. I don't usually watch YouTube videos created by other lawyers. Occasionally somebody will recommend one to me and I'll maybe check it out for a few minutes. As an attorney, I'm generally not interested in other attorneys' legal analysis because I deal with that every day. But Randy's a bit more egregious than everybody else. I thought he showed a real lack of wisdom in engaging in the live streams with his client and discussing the cases, plural, with his client. I don't think he thought it through. Now, apparently, allegedly, he made these comments on a Dr. somebody. I don't remember the name. I've heard the name before and I'd recognize it again. Dr. somebody or the other. And apparently, allegedly, he made them when he was told that it wasn't being recorded. I don't know how many times people are going to get fooled on this internet age. In my Discord, one of the warnings that I have in the initial section where you pop into if you join my YouTube or my Discord channel is a warning saying, look, assume that everything that you say in voice chat or in text is going to get screenshotted or recorded. Just assume that. Assume it's going to get used against you. And even in I cannot tell you the number of recordings of private voice chats and screenshots of private DMs that have been sent to me by various people. I don't disclose them because that's not my, I'm not really in it for the internet drama. I mean, sometimes it's interesting to see what's going on. But my real big takeaway is nothing that you say online, if you are going through streaming software or through voice chat software or through text chat software, assume it is being recorded. Assume that screenshots are being taken. It's just such a lapse of wisdom, just completely asinine. An attorney, one of the big mantras of a lot of attorneys is always in cash, never in writing. If you don't want everybody to know about it, always in cash, never in writing. Because anything that you do with a check or a credit card is going to leave a paper trail. I can't tell you the number of hidden accounts I found in family law because, accidentally one day they made a transfer from one account into another account and they didn't give you the other account, but now you know about it because you've gone through the bank records. I can't tell you the number of times in various cases, not just family law, where text messages and emails and voice recordings. I've got a DV, technically not mine. It's for another attorney, but I'm doing it. Where the ex-husband threatened the wife over the phone and she recorded it. I have a voice recording of it. It's like always assume you're going to be recorded. Just assume that. And why an attorney wouldn't assume that he's being recorded? Oh, well, he said he wasn't recording you. Yeah, well, where's your recourse? As an attorney, you think, okay, but what's my recourse? Are you going to go after this doctor or whoever who's probably not a real doctor, by the way, this doctor so-and-so who's a YouTuber? Are you going to go after him for contempt, for breach of contract? How are you going to enforce this? How are you going to enforce this? And if the guy's a YouTuber, if you're talking to a YouTuber privately, assured you're not being recorded, that dude's job, that dude's livelihood is putting out content. And if you're giving him content, if you're giving him inside baseball, the inside scoop, why wouldn't he put it out? Where is your wisdom? And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've probably said 100 million things that can be used against me. But I don't say it about a client. I don't say it about a case. Now, the sanctions, just so that everybody is aware, would be on Randy. If there are sanctions. Probably won't be. Generally speaking, courts are loath to hand out sanctions. But he's talking about a case. He's talking about a case that involves his client. And maybe it wasn't just disparaging remarks. Maybe he's telling about his strategy. He made strategy comments in my Discord about his strategy. And again, he can do that. But if any of this blows up in his client's face, his client may, I'm not saying will, may have some legal recourse against Randy. It's just why are you talking about your case, dude? What do you have to gain? There are some instances, on a high profile criminal case, where it's beneficial for the attorney to go out on the courthouse steps and say, my client is innocent. I've talked to him. I've dealt with him. I deal with criminals all the time as a criminal defense attorney, and I actually believe my client. I think he's innocent. There can be some benefit to that. But where's the benefit in this to anybody other than Randy? To anything other than Randy's ego? Where is the benefit in talking about this? He's getting the attention, great. You know, he's some loser hiding out in Thailand because he can't make it here. Phenomenal. But, like, where's your wisdom, Randy? When are you going to grow up? I'm just shocked by it. Anyway, so apparently he has, I think, 2 weeks to, maybe I'm wrong about the timeline, but there's an order to show cause issued. He has to say under penalty of perjury what he said and why it's not sanctionable. So I don't know if anything that he said is sanctionable, but the fact that it got to the point where it's in front of a court and the court is making him show why he shouldn't be sanctioned. I mean, as an attorney, why put yourself in that position? It's just a severe lapse in judgment, a lack of wisdom. And, you know, he's an otherwise competent attorney. I just don't understand why there's this disconnect with him. And he's done this over and over again. As soon as he came on the scene, boy, he was all about, you know, talking about everything, getting on all the shows, you know, trying to garner attention for himself. And I don't think it's worked very well for him. I don't think many people are looking at Randy and thinking that he's the kind of guy that they want. Maybe they are, but just my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.